Because I can see the level, but you still have to click something.
I found it.
Nice.
It's a setting to gear down.
Yeah, that's always nice to something like that, not like your wires and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Go in focus?
Yeah. Looks like it's still really blown out. Okay, you're clear. Go ahead and check your back focus and stuff.
Oh, there we go.
Bootstrapper? You want me to just throw that in occasionally?
Just throw out whatever.
Bootstrapper Studio. Let them stream your next poop.
Exactly.
When your G Rosario's playing?
Yeah, D-Bro.
Yeah, Bootstrapper Studios.
And bootstrapperstudios.com.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just streaming with Bootstrapper Studios. Just say that over and over again. That'll be enough.
All right, happy to help.
I mean, we basically,
So,
you know,
I mean, this isn't going to air, right? Like, are we going to air?
right now.
Yes.
Seriously? I've been singing along like an idiot.
I don't think I talk bad about anybody. Okay.
Let me tell you how much I love my wife. There you go. I can turn audio off. It would just be. Or just on that.
I just didn't know if this was everything or just the TV stuff. I didn't know if it was just
Here are the lineups for the Zakuani and Friends 2017 charity match. First, the blue team. In goal, number 1, Jordan Jennings. Defender, number 7, James Riley. Defender, number 44, Hamadou Khan. Defender, number 34, John Kennedy Hurtado. Defender, number 3, Michael Chavala. Midfielder, number 18, Ash Apollon. Midfielder, number 13, Jack Dewsbury. Midfielder, number 12, Nate Sturgis. Midfielder, number 24, Roger Levesque. Forward, and the blue captain, number 10, Dwayne Di Rosario. And forward, number 25, Brian Ching. And now the red team. In goal, number 1, Brett Johnson. Defender, number 6, Amadou Sanyan. Defender, number 25, Taylor Graham. Defender, number 5, Jimmy Conrad. Defender and red team captain, number 18, Jimmy Traore. Midfielder, number 85, Chad Ochocinco. Midfielder, number 2, Darren Sawatsky. Midfielder, number 8, Gonzalo Pineda. Midfielder, number 14, Michael Tete. Forward, number 7, Eddie Johnson. And the man that brought us all together tonight. Forward, number 11, Steve Zakuani.
Backstage that we don't know the exact number yet, but we definitely surpassed what we did last year. So thank you for that. We have Project 50, and that's my goal of giving out 50 scholarships over the next 5 years. And without your help, we couldn't do that. I want to thank all of these guys here, every single volunteer that we had for this event. I tried to name them, it'd be too many. And also want to thank Adrian Hanover, who was supposed to play but couldn't make it. He sends his apologies. Yes. And I also want to introduce you to the young man here between the referees. His name is Eric. You helped pay for his college education, and he now lives
And now to lead us in the singing of our national anthem, local Seattle artist Danielle Hayes.
What a proud
at Starfire Stadium. It's the Zakuani and Friends charity game, the 3rd annual exhibition here at Starfire Stadium in Tukwila, Washington. I'm Gregor, host of Mornings on 107.7 The End, and we're honored to have you here watching such a fun event as it gets underway. Specifically, some huge names both from Sounders and beyond that are going to be out here raising money for Project 50. It's Kingdom Hope's goal to hand out 50 scholarships across 3 different scholarship programs in the next 5 years. And during the announcement by Steve Zakuani, we saw Eric, a recipient of a scholarship that was provided by events like this match. The 3rd time is a huge mark for Steve and all of his friends that come out here to play, including a Roger Levesque who takes to the ground early. Fishing for cards this early, Roger, is poor form. The whistle has not even been blown yet. There's a lot of camaraderie on this field today as we have a bunch of players who have both played on the pitch professionally, others that are out here having a fun time, some friends with Steve's, some making huge donations to join us today. There's the man himself, Steve Zakuani. Switching teams this year. Last year, the blue team Steve played upon. Now this year, playing for the red. Maybe you're wearing purple today because you want to support. About to get underway as we have Marshawn Lynch walking onto the field. He's got his red flag in his pocket, not suited up today, but as promised, throughout the promotion of this, he's here. A big hug from Steve and Marshawn on the side of the field. You can't see it just yet. Off field on the sideline. Beast Mode walking through. Casey Keller getting some action. Beast Mode shaking hands with other players. If you're going to cross paths with this guy, you got to go in for a bold handshake. Marcus Trufant on the sideline there joining us today as well, watching from the sidelines with old Beast Mode there, making the flight in today. Now, I would have to imagine that with a contract like his to play professional football, that he's here to hang out today and support, not necessarily to take the pitch and blow by everybody with his insane speed. We all want to see that, of course. We'll keep petitioning. Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco walks over to get a big hug. He knows what it's like to be out here, a football player. On the sidelines. I imagine there's some fun talk going on down there. Teams take the field on a actually pretty warm evening here in Tukwila at Starfire Stadium. A lot of buzz in the air, though, as tons of people came out early to make sure to pack the stands and get prepared for a fun evening of soccer on a Sunday. Plus, it's 4th of July weekend, so a lot of people not going to work tomorrow, maybe responsibly enjoying a couple extra beers tonight, having a little fun, raising some money to help put some scholarships and so to some kids and get them into school, keep them into school, even just buy some books. There's 3 different scholarship programs that are happening that are thanks to Steve Zakuani's Kingdom Hope and the Project 50, hashtag Project 50. If you want to help generate a little bit of buzz, that's a really easy way to do it when you're talking about this. You're already online streaming the match, so you join in on the fun by doing that. We're ready to kick off here. A little smack talk going on here. Dwayne D. Rosario, the captain of the blue team, ready to kick off. His former longtime teammate Brian Ching there as well. Ocho Cinco lining up near side here. Playing a little right mid. Are we playing, are they playing 3 backs already for the red team? Going full offense? We're underway at Starfire It's Starfire Stadium. No matter how much I want it to be Starfighter Stadium. Tukwila, Washington. As we get underway, a big ball over the top. Quick chase down to play defense here. Brett handles it no problem. Setting up to come back here. Darren Swartz, going to get a touch. First play to EJ. Eddie Johnson dishes it off. Pineda. Ricky Greenwood, so popular out here. It's got to have been fun for Pineda, who played forever in the Mexican League, to have a bunch of the guys that he probably knew coming up come through town just this weekend. A fun, exciting weekend of soccer here in the greater Seattle area. First touch from Captain Jimmy Traore. He's playing a little midfield ball here. Jack Jewsbury stepping up to give a little pressure, creating a turnover. Nope, Steve Zakuani's on it. Steve with his first touch getting some applause. Back at defense to Sawatsky. EJ tries the little dish there. Can't quite get it done. A switch of play. Sturgis comes back. Up alone on the side. Going to try and keep it in with those pink boots. No flag there. Looked out, but keep playing. D-Row with the first big touches. Dishes it out wide to longtime sounder James Riley. Riley just chips it over the top. Cheeky to his buddy Roger Levesque. Just a little too much. Uh-oh. Brett Johnson leaving it out there wide to Jimmy Traore with a hustling James Riley on him. Trying to cough it up early. That could be a mistake in the box with Jack Jewsbury starting things off. D-Row puts it out wide. No chance this time. Straight to the ball boy. Great save from the ball boy. Putting a boot through it there. Brett Johnson. Uh-oh, Steve Zakuani looking dangerous here in the center. Dishing out wide. This is the first action we've seen from Ocho Cinco. The crowd loving this. Ocho Cinco always been a big soccer fan. Trialed with the Sporting Kansas City back in the early 2010s there for a shot at the team. Just kind of in fun, but also to prove a thing or two. After missing last year, it's great to see him out here helping raise some support and some funds and hang out with his pal Steve. Sturgis controlling through the middle. A big boot over the top. Apollon is on it. Ash takes a touch. He's got a dish there. He's going to go for it. Brett Johnson gets a body down. Doesn't leave a gap there. A big throw out wide to Ocho Cinco with the right foot on the ball. He's gonna keep it. Ricky Greenwood with a touch. Back out wide to EJ. Eddie Johnson. Played a couple years here as a sounder. That guy's got the baddest step overs in all the land. Changing the field here. Steve Zakuani creates a little space. He's got a foot on it. Oh! Jordan Jennings was the even match there. That must be the coaching of Casey Keller on the sidelines making that one possible. That guy's a wall. D-Row trying to get behind Darren Swansky there. Can't get it done. Zach out wide to Ocho Cinco. Staying in the shade. Don't blame him. It's hot out there. Hamadou Sanyang with a touch. Gonzalo Pineda. Looking for someone to create some motion. Zakuani, a quick touch out wide. Oh, there's some angle on that to EJ. Oh. A dish back, no problem for Jordan Jennings. Clearing the ball, Apollon on it. Through the midfield, D-Row. Little turnover there, though. Now, you got to wonder who's in there full mid-season form out of any of these guys. Playing or not, they stay super fit. You see a bunch of hustling dudes out here. Ah, there he is. A big touch from is that the old Taylor? Or no. Excuse me, Mr. Conrad. I almost called you Taylor Graham. A huge mistake. Jimmy Conrad and his YouTube channel are out of control. Much like that handle right there from Michael Chabala. Feels like this game is far too serious so far. I don't hear any chirping or chippiness out here. I don't know if there's any smack talking going on yet. Maybe it's just a little hot. Ooh, little misplay there from Chabala. Ocho Cinco showing his defensive skills too. Cobb with a quick touch. El Presidente putting a foot on it. Jewsbury dishes it back to him. That's got to be weird for Jack Jewsbury to be longtime Portland Timber, just retired. Here he is in Seattle playing on a field that has caused him both so much trouble and so suite of success at times. You think back to that deuce tearing up the ref's notebook. An offside call there. No, the crowd doesn't like it. Who's the crowd rooting for is what I wonder. I encourage you to use the hashtag Project50, hashtag Project50 while you're watching today to help raise some awareness. Steve Zakuani's cause here is to help build future leaders, and he wants to get scholarship money to the kids who need it, even if it's just for books, full scholarships, whatever. 50 kids in the next 5 years he wants to help out. And it starts by watching some soccer, tweeting Project50, and also donating some money is the way to do that. Tweeting doesn't really do anything except for get people really grumpy first thing in the morning when you're scrolling through your Twitter feed and you're like, what did I miss? This is a chance to raise a little awareness, raise some money to educate some kids. Oh my God. I've just bumped into the man who has obviously bestowed some pretty exciting knowledge onto Jordan Jennings back there in goal. He looked just like you, Casey Keller. He got down low. He stopped that ball. There was nothing getting by him.
Nothing.
Now,
nothing at all.
Did you have some nice words for him beforehand to inspire these guys?
Yeah. No, this is all about trying to get some guys to come out, play well, have fun. And then it's incorporating the other guys that have paid a lot of money to come join everybody else. So it's a lot of fun. It's always tricky because as of last year, when you start subbing pros, they get angry at you, even in these games.
Yeah, they take that. They bring that competitive nature straight to the fun stuff.
Once the ball goes out, then you can't turn off what they had for so many years.
Okay, so you're down on the sideline. I don't know are these guys getting chirpy yet with each other? Is there any smack talk happening yet? Because we're not hearing anything up here.
No, you wouldn't hear it up here, but no, there's a little bit going on. There was definitely some stuff going on in the locker room because it's one big locker room. And there was definitely some talk between my two center backs with Paul Modaka and John Kennedy Hurtado. We're going to put Eddie Johnson on his backside, which is what the conversation was. Now, if that actually happens or not, I don't know. But that's and then I was telling my broadcast partner, Keith Costigan, that he gets to mark Marchand when he comes on. So
good luck. Uh-oh, that's Steve Zakuani with a break.
He was offside. I agree. Now, normally when you're the host of the event, the flag doesn't come up on you. A
little slower, maybe, yeah.
But I slipped that guy about $20. So because he was on our near side, so we might have some more flexible calls for the blue team.
How about Aldo Jusenko out here? What do you think about those skills he's showing? Uh-oh, D-Row. That's trouble anytime he gets into the middle. Dishes it off to longtime teammate Ching. Puts a foot through it. Too high. Trying to press Marshawn Lynch out here.
Yep, just a little bit disappointing for the blue team. A great opportunity to open the scoring, but it doesn't happen. I'll have to sub him quickly if that happens again.
Now, we saw you a few months ago playing for the Zach Scott testimonial. I thought maybe we'd see you out here suiting up today.
I think I got smart. I think I got smart after the Zach Scott testimonial, and that it was when I couldn't walk for 2 months, two weeks afterwards, I decided that I needed to hang up the boots.
Age has not been a friend on that front, huh?
No, not at all. And I think it's like this anything. You go out and you try to do things a particular way and the way you've always done it. And when your body can no longer do it,
you got to recognize that.
You know when to recognize that, yes.
Little pressure on Ka here from Ocho Cinco. Taking him one. Uh-oh, picked off. That's all day. Steve Zakuani with the first goal off the dish from his pal, Eddie Johnson. Red team on top, 1-0 in the 11th minute.
Yeah, a little bit loose defending from my side over in this near right-hand side corner. I'm going to have to definitely have a few words with those guys and make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I can only imagine what the...
Well, it doesn't help when the coach is up doing an interview, so...
Just think of it, we're raising money for Kingdom Hearts, okay?
Makes more sense.
Now, hashtag Project50 is it. Last time I saw you, Casey, we were at a United Way function, and we got to see Marshawn Lynch. He showed up to it, and he didn't talk to really anyone except for the kids. How cool is it to see him out here in this capacity today?
Yeah, it's very normal for Marshawn. Marshawn definitely is a guy that if you know him and if you've done any real events with him, he's definitely all about the kids, and it doesn't surprise me at all that he's he's come out today knowing, what Steve's charity does and what it does for kids, that he's made some time to come out and be a part of it.
Now, finally, Casey, your team right now attacking with a goalkeeper with sun in his face. You've had to do that a million times. Do you need to be taking better advantage of scoring opportunities here?
I've definitely played in a few stadiums that had some interesting sun issues as Eddie Johnson goes on a run and Hurtado. I told you.
You called it.
I told you. It was going to happen.
Rewind it to the 8th minute in here. Looks like
one of my two center backs was putting Eddie Johnson on his backside, and one of them just did.
Do you suppose we'll see the other one try as well?
I think there's a good chance of that, too.
Okay, what are you going to tell these guys when you get back down there, Casey?
Probably nothing. No.
Casey Keller, thanks so much for coming up to the booth, man. It's always fun to get a little extra perspective from a guy that played in so many different leagues and for so long and at the top level of the sport to come in and talk to us. Casey Keller. I like that he was immediately critical of no, that was a good call by the flag going up. Yeah, Casey, cut the guy a break. All right, back to the action here in the 13th minute. Will it be unlucky 13, or can Apollon get around Jimmy Conrad? Take a couple extra touches. Good luck beating him, kid. Oh, a big boot through it. James Riley going to have to hustle back and retreat to try and keep things alive here as more red shirts get back into the box. There it is. Oh, big opportunity. Keeps it alive. Pineda with a touch. Out wide to the captain. He's just going to hold it. No one's doing anything for him. Eddie Johnson making a run to the middle. Zakuani, a little triangle there. That's excellent. Just a big boot through it by Traore. Hey, no one else is making a run. Sometimes you got to do it yourself there. Now, just to give a little insight, Casey Keller still just hanging out in the production booth here. Not doing much coaching today. It's a bunch of professionals out there, though, having fun. What do you expect? A big outstretched leg. Jimmy Conrad with a touch. Back through the middle. Swansky out to Pineda. A big cheer for Ricky Greenwood. Back out wide now as we're... Here comes Pineda, putting a touch on it. Now, Chad Johnson's going to blow by you every time, Michael, unless his footwork isn't there. Call for a corner kick. Who's going to take it? Number 85, Chad. Ocho Cinco putting a foot through the ball here. Looks like he's being overruled. JK. The crowd loves it, seeing an opportunity for Chad Johnson to take this kick. Unfortunately, he's very tall, so it would be helpful to have him in the middle and not just dishing it straight to the keeper. But hey, when else is he going to get a try to do that? It's like a little bit of a toe punt. Thanks to everyone who's streaming with us today, specifically to the crew that makes it all possible from Bootstrapper Studios. You got an event, you're going to a quinceanera and you want to stream that on the internet, I get it. Bootstrapperstudios.com. You're conducting a super secret fusion experiment in your basement and you want to have someone there so the world can see it, Bootstrapperstudios.com. I just got handed a note by our producer. Ooh, was that one? That's straight out of Stephen Hauschka's last year handbook right there. So you just got handed a note by our producer. Adam says that someone said, I heard someone ask what Ocho Cinco's number was. Well, he's number 1 in my heart. No, are they being serious? His number 80 Ocho 5 Cinco. Now, I think that's actually technically wrong also. I think it would be, isn't it like ochenta y cinco if you were going to? That's probably just too long to fit onto the back. My Spanish is rusty. It's been a long time since I lived in somewhere. Speaking of the man, Ocho Cinco dishes it to Ricky Greenwood. Back to Pineda. Pineda taking this very seriously. It's been a real midfieldy battle so far. Ka out to Apollon. Chippy. Pineda trying to get a handful of jersey there. Coming up empty. Through the middle. Apollon with the first big goal. Oh, look at the leg from Brett Johnson, though. Sticking it out to save himself. Uh-oh, this is all-day goal potential. Chabala looks like he stepped back as he was putting a boot through it. Bootstrapper Studios, everybody. Bootstrapperstudios.com. Someone tell Michael Chabala that as Jack Jewsbury meets the turf here and gets some cheers from Sounders fans. In the naming announcements, perhaps you saw it, or if you're just joining us, when they said, and Jack Jewsbury from James Woolard here in the booth, he made sure to praise everyone in the audience because he knows that he's a long-time hated rival of the Sounders, but still here to do something good, as we all are. This is to benefit the Kingdom Hope, kingdomhope.org for more information. Hashtag Project 50, 50 scholarships in 5 years is what Steve Zakuani is shooting to do. I just drew on myself with a pen, idiot. Project 50, hashtag Project 50. If you can help spread the word, that's awesome. He's trying to get 50 scholarships in 5 years. Oh, love a Tacoma Stars shirt walking by the booth. Got all sorts of soccer fans here today. Hurtado directing traffic from the back. Pineda chasing it down. Ka into the middle. Sturgis out to Jewsbury. A little dish there behind. Love it. Ka takes a touch, but he leaves it right in the middle for Michael Teta. Pass it to Greenwood is what the crowd yells. Huge supporters here in the stadium. Oh my gosh. Jimmy Traore, captain, gets a foot on it, loses his footing though, and ends up getting touched and going out for a red throw. Eddie Johnson dropping back. Ooh. Out wide now. That's Conrad. Pineda on the ball, looking for some support. Trying some fancy work there. Gets himself a throw, though, does the captain, Jimmy Traore. There he is, Ricky Greenwood with the touch. Where's the cheering? You called for him to get the ball. Look at that. El Presidente on the ball, being hassled by his former teammate Eddie Johnson. Jewsbury through the middle here. Takes a look up. Dishes out wide. There's a big cross there. Intercepted easily by Jimmy Conrad. Roger's going to want that one back. That's weird to see Jewsbury pass it out to Roger Levesque like that. It's a good thing to see him having fun, but it's always going to be strange. Roger Levesque, a known timber feller. A celebration that we'll all celebrate for a lifetime of him. Chopping down the giant Nate Jacowa. Roger was running like 100-mile super ultra mega marathon. I don't know what they call it. It's something like that, and that's bananas. To run something close to 100 miles is crazy in one go. There's Zakuani lifting one up just over the outreached hand of Jordan Jennings. Blue team's going to want to stir something up here. They've had a few looks down in the final third, but nothing that they could come up with. Still a 1-0 game in favor of the red here in the 22nd minute from Starfire Stadium. Chabala with a huge outstretched leg. What's the call? Oh, offside. Flag is up on the far side of the field. Steve Zakuani. Effectively, Hurtado going for rear guard on him there. No tap outs in this game today, please. It's for charity. Okay, so we're seeing some of our first substitute action, including Fantas coming on here with that wildly bleached hair. That's looking cool. Son Yang off. Ricky Greenwood off. Swartsky off. Who else came on? No, I lied about Swartsky. He's pushing up front now. He could do it all. Taylor Graham joins the central back. He's running up like he's a central midfielder, though. Pineda playing in his role. There we are. Fantas comes out wide. There's a cross. Oh, all day. He's going to score that every single time. They don't leave it much easier than that for Mr. Brian Ching. Longtime Houston Dynamo goal scorer. He's a legend there, and he was able to put it in. Michael Tedda calling for sub. Bringing in Mr. Taylor. I lied. Mr. Price. Wrong lineup. Now this is the guy, Dan Price, that runs that Gravity Payment Systems, Inc., where they gave everyone the $70,000 a year salary. That's the guy. And he brought down his salary to $70,000 or $75,000 or whatever to try and put everyone on equal footing. Became friends with Steve at just some event, and they've stayed in touch. He's obviously a successful dude, getting some time on the field here today. So this is where it gets interesting, like Casey Keller was saying earlier, that you are bringing pros off, or maybe some not pros off as well, and they're swapping out for some guys that have either dying to get some time, have paid to play today, or just want to take the field with Jimmy Conrad. An easy dish off to the side to him. There it is, first touch for Fantas. Yeah, all right. Dishes it off to Eddie Johnson, always a safe bet. God, from this angle, Conrad and Taylor Graham could be at least related. Jimmy Traore on the left there, pulling it back. A dish to the middle for Zakuani. Johnson. Looking for an option to Gonzalo Pineda. A little lull. But he's helping each other up. You like to see that in a fun game like this. That is a ball over the top. Apolone looking to equalize here. Or excuse me, not equalize, to take the lead. Here it is, another opportunity to take the lead with the sun in the goalkeeper's eyes. Dwayne Di Rosario. Out wide to Sturgis, back to the center. He's got Jewsbury in the middle. Dishes it out wide, though, to Chabala. Back into Sturgis. D-Row. Through the middle, a touch from Chabala. Oh, boy. Roger Levesque puts the blue team on top 2-1. Just an easy little chip right there from 10 yards away. In the 26th minute, taking the lead to 2-1 blue team.
Blue team goal scored by number 24, Roger.
The crowd does all the work there. Look at that, Casey Keller talking to his broadcast teammate, Keith Costigan, who's going to come in for the goal scorer. Also, Ezra Hendrickson coming in for the blue team as Nathan Sturgis takes a seat. Now, Costigan's played some soccer before. I don't know how long it's been, but he's out here to run around and show us if he's still got a thing or two from 15 years ago. Here comes Ocho Cinco playing the shade. The crowd erupting into Ocho Cinco, score a goal. That's over the top. This flag stays down. No problem, though, for keeper Jordan Jennings of the blue side. Pineda robs D-Row. A little too much from Jessica Pingen there, trying to find Dan Price out wide. Now, when you get some amateurs out there with the pros, this is usually when the hijinks can begin. Eddie Johnson with the control. Dishing it back to Taylor Graham. All the way back now to the keep. There we go. A great touch from Jessica there. Back to Jimmy Conrad. Breeze starts to pick up through here. That's going to be welcome for the fans and specifically for the players here. Starfire Field feeling a little warm today down in Tukwila. Perfect for a soccer match. 4th of July weekend. Ezra, a coach, making a big cut there as I kick over a microphone in studio. Pardon us. You can see the bling off that earring from the booth. KingdomHope.org to find out more about what the purpose of this match is. Hanging out, raising money for hashtag Project 50. Project 50 is Steve Zakuani's hope to get 50 scholarships over the course of the next 5 years to get kids going to school, to get them books, to get them on their way to becoming better leaders. That's his big mission, is leadership, and that's what he's shooting for with events like this where we're raising money. If you're on the internet talking about it, please use hashtag Project 50. As a big cross comes through the middle, handled by Taylor Graham, those instincts don't go away. You don't go from being USL Defender of the Year to not knowing how to cover that chip in. When there's a lull, the crowd loves it. They sense it. They start yelling at all these awesome stars that are hanging out together. Terrence Jaworski on the sideline walks over to a fan's table, takes a big swig out of that beer. That's the coach of the Tacoma Stars right there, setting an example for players. I think he nailed it. Players starting to look a little bit gassed here, seeing more and more substitutions. Looks like we're going to have a couple more guys come on for the blue team here in a second. Also, the Tacoma Stars owner, Wayne Smith, is taken to the field, playing in a right back position here. Looks like they're going 5 backs now. Little redirection there from Captain Jimmy Traore. Out back for a goal kick. Substitution time. Hadley and Beasley coming on. Apollon coming off for the blue team. That's one. How many? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Hold on, something doesn't add up. Brian Ching came off from the back. There we go. The fan calling for the instant red card chant of studs up, red team. Easily handled on the chip there to the cross to keeper Brett Johnson with a big toss out to the side. Ocho Cinco, can he get a foot on it? Oh, he keeps it in like a total pro. Just DeFantis takes a look. Off to Lane, lays it back. Jimmy Conrad over to his pal Taylor Graham. Taylor Graham back to the keep. Big old boot to get it out. That's got to be terrifying. A ball coming that far. Amateur getting ahead on it. Jessica's got some skills, though. Jessica Pinion is one of the people who made a huge donation and is able to play today. That's a fun thing to pay to play. In my industry, you go to jail for that. That's radio. Beasley tracking back here on Ocho Cinco and Jimmy Conrad. Gives it up there. Conrad keeps his run going, just a little too much from Lane Smith. He's probably expecting there to be a wall there. His team does that. It bounces. You keep playing. Michael Tedda coming on for Dan Price. As the blue team mounts another attack. That's Costigan out wide to Riley. Keeps his run going. Dewsbury in the center. Puts a hand up to block out the sun. It's brutal out there. S2 coach Ezra Hendrickson takes a touch, leaves it out wide to Ka. Look at that. Marshawn Lynch is in the house, making a walk down the row here. He's been hanging out, giving high fives, hugs, and everything. Beast Mode said he'd be out here to help promote, and here he is, complete with police escort, of course. Beast Mode will always be down to help kids in something like this, so raising money for that type of cause is a slam dunk from him. It's a no-brainer. Easy stuff. Making his appearance, I'm sure he's got a lot of people to say, a lot of people to go out and meet that he, in his time here, that he was in Seattle. Now back off to the Oakland Raiders after a year off. He's going to be taking the field this fall. That limits him from being able to play. You notice there's not a lot of Sounders guys that are able to play because of that. We'll get a shot, actually, of Casey Keller here in a minute, talking to Ozzie Alonso on the sideline when we have a lull in play. We got Ozzie out here and O'Neill Fisher. It's Jovan Jones, it looks like. Cracking jokes with Casey Keller about the good old days, no less. Well, I didn't realize we were getting a goose in the studio. There's Casey Keller talking to Ozzie Alonso on the sideline. Also, like I said, O'Neill Fisher, Jovan Jones, and in the studio, in the booth, he puts a ball in the back of the net and then says, I'm done. Bring me out, coach.
This is Roger Levesque. That's about all I got today.
Roger Levesque in the booth. Thanks, man. Casey Keller, your coach, is he being fair today? Is he heavy-handed? What type of a coach has he been for you today?
I mean, Casey is one of the best minds the game has seen.
Did you see his ears perk up when he said that? From all the way up here, I think he was like, huh?
And he'll definitely tell you that as well.
Go on.
But it's great having him at the helm. There's no question about it. We got off to a slow start, bad giveaway, but him and his experience, I think, is keeping the team calm. And headed in the right direction.
Good. We see James Riley coming off. You played with him for a while. How weird is it getting a dish from Jack Dewsbury? That's got to be kind of one of the strangest things.
I know a couple Timbers players out there. No, I am happy to pass the buck to another MLS legend, Brian Ching.
This is so
Gregor,
incredible.
thanks for having us.
Gregor, good to meet you, Brian. Thanks for coming up here. Thanks for coming all the way out here to hang out and play some soccer.
I don't know if I can follow that act. He's a pretty funny guy.
He's quite the character, sir.
My favorite, I would have to say my favorite goal celebration ever was him falling over the.
Oh, backwards?
Yeah.
I gotta brag for a second. It's right in
No?
front of my seat, and
Was
we
it?
watched that happen as he fell back into us. It was like one of the highlights of soccer life for us, not on the pitch.
Always enjoyed playing with Roger. He was
How about-
one of those great guys.
How about that highlight of you putting one in just a few minutes ago, man?
You mean the one I fell on the ball, almost fell down on the ball?
Hey, I'm trying to look at the positives.
No, but yeah. I think I found my wheelhouse 6 yards and in.
Yeah,
I think I made a career out of that.
I think we already knew that, actually. If you ever need us to remind you, we'll be happy to.
Probably would have went a little more smoothly if I hit it off my head. So.
How's it feeling out there?
It's fun. You know, I got out here and I haven't been in front of a crowd playing in a long time, and kind of get that excitement and energizing, you know. So thanks for Zach for putting on a great event, and, you know, actually a great cause, and, you know, for inviting me out here to play with some of these guys. I haven't seen them in a long time.
How do you guys know each other, you and Zakuani?
I don't really, you know, just played against a couple times,
Yeah.
you know, and then he reached out and said, hey, you know, we want to come to my charity game, and I said, I'd love to, you know, so credit to him for, you know, dealing with adversity and kind of turning this into something special.
Let's talk about you a little bit here. You know, he's out here raising money down. Oh, that's another big goal.
Oh, go on, Eddie.
Is that Eddie putting a boot through it? Eddie Johnson getting the accolades there. Nothing like getting a hug. If you're paying to be out there, Golazo, says Jackie Montgomery from the side here.
Team goals. Score by number 7, Eddie. Eddie. Eddie.
It's fun times. Now, they're raising money to the Project 50 to try and get 50 scholarships in 5 years for kids. Right. But you do a lot of work building homes and houses. That was kind of your thing in Houston. Tell us about what you've done and what you try to do.
Well, you know, I think being a player, you get so much from the fans. They come out, they give you their time, they give their money to support you. And so, you know, one of the things I always wanted to do was be able to give back. And, you know, one of the charities that I really found a passion for was Habitat for Humanity. And so I went on to do a PSA for them, public service announcement on TV, and, you know, kind of took a tour of one of their communities and fell in love with what they do, and, you know, decided that I wanted to help them raise money to build a house. And so I built 3 houses, and now I'm on the board for Houston Habitat Humanity, and I love it. You know, it's a way for us to give back and, you know, make a real impact in people's lives.
How's the management life going? How are you enjoying that?
It's some getting used to. You know, I think for any athlete that retires after a long career, it's always difficult. What do you want to do next? What do you have a passion for? And, you know, I started off with the women and managing that, and, you know, I loved that and learned a lot. And now I moved more to an ambassador role with the Dynamo, and I'm really enjoying that as well. So it's been a transition, and you know, it's just fun to be able to get back out and play with these guys again.
Watching Hurtado play offense there, that's incredible.
Yeah. Ezra played with him in LA Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
A long-time coach now. D-Row played with him for a long time.
So now, do you guys all get together afterwards and go cause some trouble?
I wish we did more, but, you know, to be truth, it's events like these that a lot of the guys get excited for, because you don't get an opportunity. Everybody's spread out across the country.
How about tonight? Are there beers going on after this tonight?
There's definitely going to be some beers, so to mask the pain that I think 90% of us will be in at halftime. So,
Brian Ching,
fun event.
That's a wonderful goal, man. It was great watching you be out there. And we'll see you some more here, I'm sure, in a few minutes.
I appreciate it and love what Zach's doing, especially loving what the Northwest has done for soccer here in the country.
Pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Well, that's a fun time when you get a guy that's done so much for the Houston Dynamo there from the beginning, from the move when they were the Earthquakes to Houston, and then being able to win some MLS Cups from there to now playing on the field with a bunch of guys chatting with each other and going nuts out there is a lot of fun. Thank you so much to Brian Ching for donating his time. Again, I know I'm using this a lot, and I want you to know about it. It's hashtag Project 50. If you're tweeting, just throw that in there. It's that easy to be able to promote helping kids get educated through Steve Zakuani's Kingdom Hope Foundation. It's so rad. You can find out more, kingdomhope.org. I think I threw a .com in there earlier. Sorry, Steve, my bad. But kingdomhope.org. We got kind of shortchanged on Roger Levesque there. That was pretty fun. Maybe should I holler out the window? Get him to come back up here? Roger! Here we are in the 41st minute. Eddie Johnson taking his time to get to the shade, maybe take a breath here for a corner. A little too much on that one, going over the top there. In for a goal kick. We're tied up to a piece right here at Starfire Stadium in Tequila, the Starfire sports community here. The complex is incredible. So much youth soccer Adrian Hanauer is supposed to be here. He's a big part of that. He's done so much for the community. He, for some reason, didn't make it out here, but the crowd giving Steve a little shtick when he said that, and he was like, well, yeah, I agree. So anyway, Adrian has done so much, though. Let's not forget that that's been a huge asset for soccer in the Pacific Northwest for more than 20 years. Gonzalo Pineda takes a touch. Look at that. Ocho Cinco knows how to open up. Even a few years out of the league, and he's still got those afterburners. Look at the exaggerated fall after a bit of a shove. God, looking for something there. I see in the center there with the white hair, Doug Pellet, who's back for a second go at this after last year's fun that we had at Starfire. This is the third annual Zakuani and Friends charity soccer game this year. They changed the wording on it. It's a game. T-Row playing deep. John Kennedy Hurtado. Pellet. Bit of an arm bar there across the top. Look at that run from Eddie Johnson, spotted by Pineda. He couldn't quite handle it. Again, JKH on the playing offensively. Can he get a touch? No. Oh, just picked up. Brett Johnson, the longtime assistant equipment manager for the Seattle Sounders until recently, out there playing in the goal today. That's got to be a tough one against some pretty seriously huge names. Look at that. Perfect ball for Fantas to Jessica Pingeon. Kyle giving her a little space to run. Oh, Fantas puts his body into it. That's a goal. Jessica Pingeon with the big goal. That is a 44th minute goal, taking Red Team ahead 3-2. That was some serious play. Bunch of celebration. That one will go down in the memory books. The assist from Fantas there. Jeff Fantas, the assist to...
Team goals. Scoreman number 15, Jessica Pingeon.
That is a highlight of a lifetime. Is that spelled pigeon like an N? Is that P-I-N-G-E-O-N? Well, hopefully we're saying that right. That's a rad name. Oh, look at that. A big grab from finally Ocho Cinco having some fun with it. Just moments left in the first half here. 45th minute. Will we get stoppage time? That's the interesting thing. I don't know. Some of these old bodies might not be able to hold on with too much extra stoppage time. Another opportunity. This is where you see the pros, man. They really got that extra gear. Pineda in the middle. Putting a boot into it. Just over the top, and that whistle calls for the end of the first half. The Zakuani and Friends charity soccer game from Starfire Stadium. We saw 5 goals in the first half. 3 coming from the red team, 11th minute from Zakuani, 38 from EJ, and 44 from Miss Pingeon. And then for the blue team, Brian Ching with the ball that he almost fell over, his description, not mine. In the 23rd minute, Roger Levesque just 3 minutes later in that dangerous window to put it 3-2 at halftime.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to midfield for a special presentation where Steve is joined by a very special friend, Lily Wright. At the young age of 5 years old, Lily decided to forego birthday presents and asked instead for donations for Kingdom Hope. In her first year, she raised $900. Since then, she has continued to support Kingdom Hope and to date has raised over $6,000 for Steve's charity. Lily is here this evening to present Steve with the $1,500 that she just raised from her 10th birthday. Please join us in giving Lily a big round of applause.
Lily's done this several times on her birthday. Very selfless acts for a young girl to forego gifts to raise money for some of the work we're doing. Today, she doesn't for her birthday, which isn't today, but we don't care. We're still going to sing her happy birthday. You guys join me and make Lily feel very special for happy birthday. 3, 2, 1, go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lily. Happy birthday to you.
To help support Lily's mission of helping Steve, please visit kingdomhope.org to donate. And this is a friendly reminder, if you pre-purchase a post-match meet and greet, be sure to be at your respective meeting area at the 80th minute. The 80th minute.
To uproarious applause, we return to Starfire Stadium. The Zakuani and Friends charity game. And we've got, in full gear, beast mode, busting through the line. Getting things stirred up from here. Now, to be fair, he is wearing what looks like Adidas slip-on slippers. Are those the ones with the little pegs on the feet that massage your feet while you walk around? That is an interesting, bold choice for a soccer match. I believe he does have some shin guards on the backs of his. Wow. Beast mode, wearing his own product too. Love to see that. That's a big boy. I would hate to be whoever is tasked with guarding him. Now, I wonder if he's ever kicked a soccer ball before. Chances are yes. It's fun to see him out here buying nachos, goofing off. We thought he was done. He actually left just to go buy nachos. It is the Kingdom Hope Zakuani and Friends charity soccer game, and we're having a ton of fun at Starfire Stadium. Just under 80 degrees here today, so the players are working extra hard, but the shade is taking over the field here, at least on the near side. We've got quite the lineup of characters out here. Chad Ochocinco making sure to what looks like Snapchat, or he's going live on something with beast mode here. Zakuani giving some instructions to Eddie Johnson, helping out with beast mode, taking the field. Alan Hinton trying to sneak in the back there. It was a real weird moment at the end of the first half to see them eating their orange slices at halftime for the soccer match, and you catch beast mode on the sideline with Eddie Johnson and legend Alan Hinton. Now, as we get set to start off the second half here, I'd bring in my pal Marcus Trufant. What are you doing, man? Just wandering around here at the soccer match?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to find my way. I'm really enjoying knowing everybody I've been talking to. I'm trying to learn the game a little bit, but you got a bunch of celebrities out here, a bunch of pros out here. I would be nervous if I was playing in this game.
You ever kicked a soccer ball?
Once or twice.
You think you could hang out there?
Absolutely not. I see the pros, they coming off sweating. Chad Ochocinco is bumping people like he's playing American football, and it's really going down out there. It's a good look, though, man. It's great. The crowd is crazy, man. It's a great event.
Now, how about those skills from Ochocinco? Man, he's known for running a route, but he's not known for getting out there and kicking a soccer ball around. He's handling his own.
I was talking to him before the game, and he actually said that soccer may have been his first love, and he still plays all the time to this date. And so I think he came out here, and he was really focused, too. If you look at his face, just like a lot of other guys out here, it's really just not a charity match.
He was just sitting down with Ozzie Alonso, arguably one of the strongest members of the Seattle Sounders FC squad, the captain, and he's down there just hanging out, just chilling like no big deal. I think he's going to take the field here. I can't imagine his football contract allows for that to happen.
You're talking about beast mode, right?
Yeah, beast mode, not Ozzie, yeah.
Yeah, I see him down there, and he actually looks good in the soccer uniform.
He does, big kid.
If you scour the entire uniform, he does have flip-flops on. So I don't think he's going to make it to the field today. But, of course, it's great that he comes out and support Steve Zakuani and his charity and him giving back to the youth. It's great.
Hit up hashtag Project 50. Steve's trying to get 50 scholarships of different types, whether it's books or full scholarships, to kids so they can get educated. He wants to make more future leaders. And so you can help out, especially when you're on social media today. Hashtag Project 50. Kingdom Hope is his charity that he's really trying to get out there and make a difference with kids. He's still really stoked to be playing soccer. You can tell, I'm sure he misses it from the sideline. You're a guy talking about sports all the time. You got to be missing being out there and running around when you see guys competing like this, even on the soccer field.
The beast mode has just been introduced, and he goes in the game with flip-flops.
Someone's getting run over.
You've got to love this. You've got to love it.
This is going to be... I don't know what to say about all this. Here we go, Marshawn Lynch with the first touch. Plowing right through Eddie Johnson. Look at that, Eddie Johnson going through the blue team like no big deal. The red team in the 46th minute goes up 4-2 as long as they're not calling a handball. Oh.
And he loses the flip-flop.
Marshawn Lynch has been red carded and will have to exit the game now after those antics. Throwing a red card, the whatever the league would be supports this is going to be very grumpy with him. Red team, red card. Marshawn Lynch going full beast mode, making his entrance to start the second half. My God, that's crazy stuff. Thanks to Marcus Trufant for stepping up in here and hanging out with us. That's awesome, man. Making it all possible. Make sure to catch him, The Barbershop. That's his radio show that he does, and he's a solid dude. We were talking about kids. I'm having my first kid. He's got 5 kids. I don't even know what to do with myself. With one, he just went, it's over. Sorry, Marcus. Okay, so that didn't count. That was going to be called back. It's still 3-2 to start the second half. Starfire Sports Stadium as you're watching. You know what you're watching. Steve Zakuani and a bunch of his pals out here playing some soccer for fun to raise money. James Riley, former Sounder, on the ball here near side. Dishes it back to Nathan Sturgis, who came back to the team in 2016, the year that they won. Chabala with a heavy touch. Right back to the middle. Up alone. Oh, just wide. I was saying Sturgis came back to the Sounders for 2016, the year they won the MLS Cup. Does he get a ring? He should. A fun start to the second half. Now, last year for the second annual, we had Marcus Hahnemann, who tackled a guy. Like, straight up picked him up, dropped him on his back. Also did not go over well. I don't think he got red carded for that, but a lot of fun. So to have that kind of celebrity appearance like that is super cool. Thanks to Beast Mode for being super rad about that. Sorry your career in soccer was so short-lived. Oliver on the YouTube feed calls for a 5-game suspension. We want him back next year, though, and if it's only a game a year, that could be problematic. He'll be done playing football in 5 years, most likely. All right. Action continues here. Side foot there from Jimmy Traore. Eddie Johnson taking a touch. James Riley sniffing around for that on defense. Jimmy Conrad, YouTube celebrity / former soccer player, getting a touch and running up the front. Center back trying to get open. He's got tons of space. Eddie Johnson. A turnover there. Jimmy Conrad, since he's so far forward, has no problem playing a little defense on offense. Oh, that's slipped through by De Rosario. Jewsbury out wide. Chabala through the middle. Not cleared. And then whatever that is. Oh, not calling the whistle there for being out. Crowd seems confused. That's going to be a goal kick there. Not quite still. Looks like Ocho Cinco playing in the center there, maybe trying to get a little goal-scoring action on. Gonzalo Pineda has been the heart of the midfield of this team and most teams he's played on. Out wide now, Traore. Over the ball against Riley. Trying to split the difference. To no success. De Rosario through the middle. He's got all day. No one's stepping up. Jimmy Conrad's going to put a challenge in here. So is Taylor Graham. Both of the tall trees in the center there, both committing. Here it is, De Rosario. Oh, just wide and over from the outstretched hands of Brett Johnson. Way out wide, but kept in. Dewsbury trying to get the sun out of his eyes. Out wide, James Riley to Hurtado. That's one over the top. Dewsbury's there to get a foot on it. Well defended, though, by Conrad. Keep comes out and gets it. Immediately back in play. Pineda here through the middle. Roger Levesque sniffing around, trying to get on that. One of the rare whistles here today. The ball kicked away by John Kennedy Hurtado as he hustles to get back into position. Man of the match there, Zakuani. I know it's early for that, but there's no way it's not going to be him. Look at that fancy footwork. He's got a chance out wide here on the right. Cross back in, too much on it. Michael Teta there. Another cross. Oh, it goes through. No one can get on the end of that. Got a second ball on the field here. Nathan Sturgis dishing it back. What a day. We've seen Marshawn Lynch, Chad Ochocinco, two non-soccer player football players coming in. And we're bringing down the voice, a very important voice. Bring your microphone too, just in case, if there's enough room on it. Here, you can take this one. We'll talk over the distance. Stadium voice of the Seattle Sounders FC. Sometimes of even a nice charity match like this. We keep running into each other at places like this. It's James Woolard. How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
This is fantastic to hear your booming voice in such close confines.
Yeah.
Jimmy Triari's coming across the front of the goal like that.
I'm sort of nervously standing here just in case we get a goal and I have to run back to my seat and announce it.
Here, let's see if we can get a little extra room for you. You can actually stand at your seat.
This works.
There we go. And then you'll be able to do we're putting James into a
mics.
weird position now. Now, James, you're never on the broadcasting mic. You're always on the stadium
That's right.
one.
Yep.
Tell us the differences that you're feeling between the two. Uh-oh, that's a cross there through the middle. Easily cleared, though. That's some good defending by
Well, in my life as the stadium announcer, you hear a lot less of me.
That's true.
Than if I was to be a play-by-play announcer.
It's only in bits in that case.
Exactly, yeah. I get to do the exciting bits like the starting lineup. I get to announce the goals, so that's super fun for me to be able to do. But I'm not providing any of the running commentary that you would do if you were doing a game, for example.
Now, I'm curious that when you're doing that, it always gets in my head whenever I've talked on a stadium microphone. You hear the echo. It comes after you've said it.
Right.
Does that mess you up still?
Not really, because actually I'm in an enclosed booth. Okay. Unlike Casey and Keith, they've got their window open in front of them. In the PA booth, I don't get that feedback or that echoey effect.
Sure.
I just hear myself when I speak the first time. Yeah.
Now tell me who you've enjoyed watching out here today.
Wow, I always say that it's fun.
Oh, whoa! That puts one off of the
My
post.
Goodness! And
drags it wide. Was that Ash Apollon?
Roger Levesque just hit the post.
Levesque hit the post, and then off the rebound, it went out wide, and the play resumes. Jimmy Conrad taking that first kick. It looks like we might have an injury.
Roger's on the red team.
No, Roger's blue.
That's why I don't do play-by-play. Now, somebody hit the post.
Tell me, when you had to announce Jessica Pingeon's name,
yes,
how crazy is it to see someone who's donated money to be out here and call that name? What did that make you feel?
It's super fun because I know there's a few people here who've contributed money in order to be able to play, and for them it's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And it was an amazing goal. And Fantas to Pingeon, assist to Pingeon to score. And, she must have felt great, I think, to be here playing amongst some of these stars. Like I said, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
He's the voice of the Seattle Sounders FC in the stadium when you walk in, when you're screaming people's names, or when you're yelling, who? After he announces the opposition. James Woolard, thanks for coming over, dude.
You're very welcome.
It's a long journey, the 6 feet to your broadcast position. Okay, 3-2 still, 55th minute here, Starfire Sports Stadium for this Zakuani and Friends charity soccer game. I see a lot of Tacoma Stars jerseys out there. I see an Ozzy Alonso out there. I mean, literally both the man and someone in a jersey. And then I think I see Bees Mode is what it says on a bunch of shirts. You might see a pink shirt or two going by, or a headband or something. I think it's because we've got a guy called Beasley who's coming in. I'm deducting this myself, but we've got Beasley who's playing for the blue team that people are getting excited about in conjunction with Beast Mode. Seems reasonable. Shoutouts to Sounder at Heart, who are live tweeting this game as well. They're always providing awesome commentary. I even have last year's player ratings from the charity match that reminded me of that awesome Marcus Hahnemann tackle, literal football tackle. So we're looking at two teams of stars mixed with former pros, mixed with people who have donated money to be out here today. Some of the big names you'll notice for the red team, Steve Zakuani. It's his game. I feel like he kind of built the team that he wanted and then got everyone else for the other team because he's playing with his pal Eddie Johnson. He's out there with Gonzalo Pineda, a guy that he still works with, Pineda now when it comes to coaching for the Seattle Sounders. But then on the blue team, you see John Kennedy Hurtado, James Riley, some old names like that, Nathan Sturgis, Roger Levesque, incredible. Even some of the opposition willing to come up, like Jack Jewsbury, who just retired as a Portland Timber. Brian Ching, a U.S. men's national team player. Former Sounder USL and at the MLS level, Taylor Graham. Jimmy Conrad, which is a big central defender that's got a huge, booming YouTube career now. I never thought that I would say that about a former. He's hilarious. Hashtag warmballer. Here comes Jewsbury on the right side here with a big boot that he puts through it. Oh, boy, Oberto, indeed. My God. Dwayne DiRosario is out there as well. Sounders announcer Keith Costigan has been coming off the bench from time to time. Here's Beasley coming in bees mode. Are they going nuts for him? The flags wave from ECS, the section down there. We got some Cascadian flags out there. Brian Ching coming off as well, making some room for these guys that have paid some money to come out. And that's awesome that they're donating money to be able to play today. What if they made Beast Mode pay to play today? Look at Darren Zawarski in the middle there, holding it down. Coach of the Tacoma Stars, he knows what he's doing. Oh, I mean, he could give lessons there to old Chad Johnson. Ocho Cinco out there losing the ball in midfield, and then Dwayne DiRosario. Gentlemen. Jewsbury here on the ball in the midfield. Out wide to Riley, former Sounder who played right back for forever. Back to Riley. DiRosario. Scoops it into the middle there. A bit of a, almost just a legit tackle there in the middle by Beasley to try and get the goal. Last year, Beasley actually had an assist to Eddie Johnson, which is kind of a big deal. If you can go home and write that, he's probably looking for greater glory this year. Take what you can get, though. We're going to start seeing some tired legs out there. Cobb moving forward here, captain for the blue team. Sees DiRosario calling for it through the middle. Just puts a foot on it. Straight to the ball, kid. Restless fans now calling for someone to score a goal. I think I see a Montero jersey in the crowd. Some pretty serious Sounders lineage out here. Also some jerseys from last year's games that were given away as gifts. Taylor Graham on the ball now out near side. Traore drops it to Zakuani. Oh, good foot on it there from Hurtado. That's his business. Bad pass from Zach. Instantly makes a grimace. Apollon, who's got to be still reeling from the earlier miss. Pantis is one of the guys that made a donation to be out here today. Michael Tedda with the mistake. Pushing the back of Jewsbury. DiRosario through the middle. Out wide now to Chabala. The left back puts it in the middle. Oh, Apollon just can't get his foot on it this time again. He's going to have a couple regrets from today, a couple big misses. Looks like we got a couple more subs coming in. Seattle Sounders FC television broadcast man Keith Costigan and S2 coach, assistant coach for the Sounders, and the guy's involved with his own national team, Ezra Hendrickson, coming off the bench as well. If the sun catches Ezra just late, you'll see his big, beautiful stone in his ear shining back at you. I hear if you make a wish, it might come true. I wished for air conditioning. It did not. It did not happen. Welcome to the last third of the match today. If you're just joining us, it's the Steve Zakuani charity game this year. He's raising money for Kingdom Hope. He's doing Project 50, which is 50 scholarships in 5 years that he wants to raise money for. And it's events like this, the tickets that are sold, and the donations you made that can help make it possible. Between all the money that he wants to raise, the annual cost of Project 50 is about $70,000 a year. The goal is to maintain 50 students in the scholarship program once they reach the goals in 5 years. So it's not just a short-term thing. It's to both get there and then keep it going. It helps with, even at the simplest level, hashtag Project 50. If you can use that on your social media, we would be grateful for you to be able to help spread the word, but also through making donations. They'll never ask for more than $5 a month, which is $60 a year if you do that math, and their hope is that they'll reach hundreds, maybe even thousands of partners on a near miss there. They're hoping that all of this can become a reality in the next 5 years. That's the purpose of this today, is to help get some kids some schooling and to build better leaders for tomorrow. Steve Zakuani's all about it. Gonzalo Pineda just puts one through the middle. Eddie Johnson gets a shoulder, or I guess a shoulder or a chest on it there. It's broken up though. James Riley now. It's a 7-on-7 here. Not the number of players, but the numbers on their backs. A big boot over the top. Chabala's got it after the feed from Ezra. I like that he doesn't go Hendrickson on the back. It's just Ezra. That's what everyone knows him as. Just a little too much there out wide. Shout out to Bootstrapper Studios who make this possible. When you need to live stream your next event, like you have a karate tournament and you need to put it on the internet, you go to bootstrapperstudios.com. Maybe it's your cat Peanut's birthday and you want to stream that. You can go to bootstrapperstudios.com. Joining me in the booth today, Jimmy Traore. You're a legend, man, and here you are still taking the field to raise money for kids. How's it feel out there?
Oh, it's good. It's fun, you know. The most important thing is like to do it for the kids, you know. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
To play and to give back, you know, what the fan give to us, you know. So it's always a pleasure, especially for my friend Steve Zakuani. He's retired. He's doing a lot of things for this charity, and every year is much better and better, you know.
What'd you think of Marshawn Lynch coming out and delivering that handball to try and score there?
That is the beauty of the sport, you know. We can mix everything, you know. We have like some American football, soccer, you know, and different guys, you know. Some people, they never kick the ball and they can play and they can have fun, you know, for a few hours, and it's not easy because the condition is very hot.
Yeah, it seems
like
it.
But, you know, we give the effort and we do the best, you know, for the fun, you know.
That's awesome. Now, you're playing on the same side as Ocho Cinco out there. Chad's over on the side with you sometimes. What do you think of his skills so far when you see him running around?
To be honest, you know, he's decent, you know, for someone like, you know, I know he plays a lot of soccer, you know, because when we talk on the backstage, you know, he loves like FIFA or that kind of things. And, you know, he's a good guy, you know, and it's fun to be with him, you know. And he still look fit, you know, for someone like been retired for a few years, you know, he still look fit, you know, that's good.
Now, you still look fit, retired for a few years. How about you try to play with the Seahawks a little bit sometime?
No, I don't think so I can do it, you know, but I love it.
You look fast enough.
Yes, I love to watch, you know, football because I think it's very interesting sport, especially like from guys like me from Europe, you know, we're not used to, you know, and I think it's a fun game as well.
Cool, man. It is hot out there. You staying cool and everything? You guys hydrating?
Yeah. People on side take care of us, and we have a nice coach, Alan. You can see him. He's still on the bench and he's very calm,
I'm surprised because he can really get after it. He can really yell at you a lot. I would imagine.
Yeah, but with the age, you understand you need to chill, especially for that kind of game,
Jimmy Traore, thank you so much for joining us up here, man. We appreciate it.
No problem.
All right.
I hope you have fun.
I am. That's great. Thank you. That's awesome. Jimmy Traore, that guy's a legend. He's had himself a Champions League win, which is something that not many people can say, as well as a long career playing with Liverpool, a little bit here with the Sounders, Supporter Shield. His pedigree is fine. So here we are, 67th minute we just started. Starfire Stadium, of course, and Jimmy even gave us the confirmation that it is hot out there. Just under 80 degrees at kickoff. It's probably coming down a little bit as we speak. But for a Sunday night, a 4th of July weekend, totally worth it. This is the type of summer that we want to be able to enjoy. Having fun out in the park, goofing off with our friends, it's the best. It really comes across from a lot of the players that are out there having a rad time. I got to give a shout out to my usual partner, John Manley, who could not join us today in the booth. He's part of the team that usually comes out for these goof-off sessions, and we miss him. Gonzalo Pineda takes to the turf. There's about to be an actual tackle. Ka has him held up. He's going to limp it off. Someone get him some dirt to rub on it. Let's hope Gonzalo's okay and he's not just hamming it up. Starfire train rolling by, adding to the atmosphere. I wish we could get a good train whistle. A ball and gets past Taylor Graham. He turns on it, though. He's not, to be fair, Taylor still might have retired a few years sooner than Ezra, but he's still got a few extra steps in there as well. It's fun to see these guys that are usually yelling at the younger kids to hustle more and to play harder out there running themselves. Let's watch Nerzawarski try and get that big cross through the middle there. Now, we've had Coach Casey Keller up here, but I have not yet seen Alan Hinton come off the bench to hang out with us. I'd love to hear his response, specifically as his team has a 3-2 lead over the blue team. Taylor Graham slow to get up. Ball through the middle. Sturgis sees Costigan, decides better of it, goes back to him after all. Costigan puts a couple steps into it. De Rosario. Chabala can't get there in time. Little push there, though. Pineda is just the whipping boy of the red team right now. I love a game today where we get a goal from a woman who's out there really working her butt off. Jessica Pingen is one of the people that's paid money to be out here today, made a sizable donation to be able to participate, and she has one of the most critical goals of the game that sees the red team up 3-2. She's actually my vote for woman of the match today. I'm sure it'll go to Steve Zakuani because it's Steve Zakuani's game, and he probably gets to decide that himself. But my vote is there so far. Okay, so I was just complaining about it, and then there he is. We heard from Casey Keller, coach of the blue team, first, and now in the second half, joining us, Alan Hinton. Good evening, sir.
Well, this is another fine day, and we have a wonderful story here with the Zakuani story is marvelous. I mean, don't forget, 2 or 3 years ago, his career was taken away from him on a bad tackle. And he tried to come back, and in the end he did not because he wasn't quite there. But instead of feeling sorry for himself and maybe going drinking or drugging it or feeling sorry for himself, do you know what he did? He decided he was going to do something for the community. He's now a good broadcaster for the Sounders, and he's done this. This is a marvelous charitable event he runs, and people have come in from all over the country to support him. And of course, Marshawn Lynch was the comedian as he always is, but that was marvelous to see him. So great afternoon, great fans, beautiful weather, and it's another credit to the great soccer sounders and the people who run soccer in this city. It's a wonderful time.
The fans here, the enthusiasm for it is so huge. And then these players that are out there, you're managing today one of the players who made a donation to be able to participate. That's a goal in there. It looks like it's coming in from Coach Ezra Hendrickson. Puts one in the 71st minute, taking it to a tie game. Coach, you got to be upset about your team going level.
Well, I mean, I wasn't down there, was I? So, I mean, not that I can do anything about it. But
broadcaster's fault, I suppose.
Number 23, Ezra.
Well, Ezra's a good servant. He's the coach of S2. Everybody's having a good time. 6 goals so far. A comical section with Marshawn Lynch. I'll tell you a funny story about Marshawn.
Please do.
I said to him, what do you want to do? Do you want to play, or you just want to be a personality? And I said, that would be brilliant. And he said, brilliant? That's a wonderful word, brilliant. And he just hung on to it. He kept saying brilliant. And I told him about his commercial on the radio, not on the TV, when he was sitting in an SUV for a Lexus car, I think it was. And I said to him, I love that commercial. And I said, do you remember when you used to say the guy wanted to buy it? And you go, no, this is mine. And he was so funny and so lovely to see him. And he's going to play for Oakland next year, which is his hometown. So
sure.
He's now in it for all the right reasons and for his community. And Zakuani, they come from all over the country to play for him. So,
okay, Coach, how about with the people that have donated money to be able to play today? What a reach there. Johnson makes an awesome stop. What about the people that have paid money, like Jessica Pingeon, who put that goal in to take it 3-2 at the end of the first half? What feelings do you get when you see someone be able to have that opportunity?
Well, she was sitting outside the locker room because obviously it's all men apart from her. And I told her when everybody was almost ready, I says, come on, Jessica, come in the locker room. And I really took a shine to her. She's a very nice young lady. She's had a lot of playing time today. And she's done a good job. She's a good athlete. And for her to score, and I told her, I said, get your hands on the video. You'll never forget that. But she scored a nice goal. She made some good passes. She likes to run. I was lucky enough that when I came up the stairs to do this interview with you, I bumped into a mom and dad who were smiling from ear to ear. They would light up CenturyLink right now with their happiness. So everybody's having a good time. There are some other players who paid additional money to play.
Yeah.
And it just tells you that there's a player coming on now who did the same thing, number 4, on the blue team. So at the end of the day, these 50 kids that Steve's going to put through scholarships, underprivileged kids, that's what it's all about.
Coach, thanks so much for coming up and joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Now, go give them a chat here to get them winning. You got to win for Steve now. All right. Some substitutions. That's not a word. Substitution. Looks like Hadley's about to come on. We've got Caldwell that came out. It's coming out wide now to James Riley, who's been out there for a minute. He sees Ezra in the middle. Apollon almost had a chance to make good on some earlier misses. Was the blue team that won last year? We got to someone stat find that. Because we got to see. I want to see if Steve's team wins it every year or not. Eddie Johnson through the middle. Keeps his run going. Almost has it there. Almost makes something happen. Coach Swarsky's really working his butt off here. What a little spin. He's got some footwork. This is the guy that's coaching our indoor team here, the Tacoma Stars. Flag stays down. Eddie Johnson tries for a poke. Does not get it done. Here's Ezra again through the middle. Touch on there. Apollon out wide to the left. He doesn't have enough to keep his foot on it. Keeps it in bounds, though. Drops it back to Chabala. Square for James Riley. Nope, Caldwell gets his chest on it. Fantas, another player who donated to be out there, is able to break it up and clear the ball. Pineda, who's been beat up today, coming off the field. A big high five and a hug from his buddy Steve Zakuani, who's taking a rest as well right now. All right, well, we got a break and play. I got to give a shout out to my cat, Peanut. He's listening today at home. What's up, Peanut? Your cat thumbs, your blue eyes. What's up, buddy? Also, I got to give a shout out to Bootstrapper Studios, who make this all happen. An awesome team of people that get together. You don't have any idea how many wires they have to run to make this work. It is obnoxious, and I can only imagine how tangled they all get and how mad Adam is when he opens the box and he's like, "Who rolled these wrong?" Urgh! It was probably him, to be fair, but bootstrapperstudios.com when you need to live stream your next event. About to have some shout outs from behind the booth here. That's amazing. Our cameraman Casey here getting some some hellos from a 5-year-old. Now there's got to be some tired legs out there. We're in the 77th minute. Most of these guys are retired pros or not soccer players. Just make sure no one gets hurt. Oh, Ching takes a big old whack at it there, straight into the hopefully shin guard of Jimmy Conrad. I know I've said it like 10 times, but if you're not watching his YouTube channel, it's fantastic. Marshawn Lynch being showed a red card to, it looks like he's actually showing Zakuani a red card afterwards, after he was dismissed from this game in the 46th minute, right as we came back from halftime. Also, shout-outs to all of the staff that made this possible, too. I see Katie Pendleton from the Sounders and Jackie Montgomery, who's been running players back and forth. Everyone who's operated a camera or did a stadium announcement, like my buddy James Woolard down there. Noah over here pushing whatever buttons he pushes. I know you can't see any of these people, but they get a big smile on their face when you say their name, and it's worth it. Oh, some booing. Questionable call, ball thrown into the air in protest. Michael Teta, I think that's the first yellow card of the game, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, there was that egregious red card for Marshawn Lynch. It was barely a handball. Eddie Johnson, still some gas in the tank, too. Taylor Graham in the middle of the field. Jack Dewsbury pulls up short, doesn't want some spikes to the face. Uh-oh. Jimmy Conrad could be made to pay. He handles Taylor, though, like a pro. Brian Ching coming down that baseline there. Oh, finally, redemption. Ash O'Polone gets himself that. Gets himself the goal after sadly missing out on 2 great opportunities. Takes the blue team ahead 4-3 with just 10 minutes and change ready to go. Red team's got it all to play for now. So the advantage earlier has now sort of been negated. Before, the goalkeeper on the left side of your screen was playing with the sun in his face all first half. Now in the second half, the shade has moved in. There could be a bit of an advantage there. We got Zakuani back on the field here. Eddie Johnson biding his time. Mr. Price from Gravity Payments Systems, Inc. is out there playing on the far side with the long hair. Again, that's that CEO that brought everyone's pay up to like 70 grand and brought his down so everyone could enjoy the same benefits and still can't afford to live in Seattle, am I right? Ryan Ching with a sweet move there, can get away from Eddie Johnson. Shoutouts to Oliver, streaming along today. Also to my producer, Adam, who's making me laugh in the studio. Down in front, Pikachu. Sorry, things get loopy here by the last 10 minutes. The sun is going down, the shadows are getting long, the gas is out of the tank, and we've still got some hustle going on to try and keep this thing a game. It's a Zakuani and Friends charity game this year, the third annual, benefiting Kingdom Hope and their Project 50. Again, that's hashtag Project 50. You can learn more at kingdomhope.org. The idea is that they would get 50 scholarships across 3 different programs in the next 5 years. So whether that's one of the 10 students that's getting the Cecile Zakuani scholarship, or just soccer on us for 20 students, books on us for 20 students. There's all different opportunities for kids who need different things. But it takes $70,000 a year in funding, and so the donations being made today are really driving that, and these games that happen every year now. Turnout's huge. Everyone who came out that's not streaming today, make sure if you know someone who's there and you're watching the stream, you shoot them a text and say, hey, thanks a lot for doing that. That's awesome. They're representing you, perhaps, when you can't. It's a pleasure to join you today. My name is Gregor. I host the morning show at 107.7 The End. This is my this is a hobby only, and so a lot of fun to be able to be asked by Steve to come out here and help out with this. Steve has worked with us on several occasions, and we all see the benefit of being able to get our community activated to do something that's this awesome. Educating kids, making future leaders, we all win that way. Working down in the corner here with time running out. The red team needs to do something. Back outside, Taylor Graham tries to get clever out wide. Swarsky, just a boot in the middle, trying to get someone in there. Put it up for the big man. He got Jimmy Traore out there. Out for a blue throw. Zakuani still really involved, trying to make something happen. Eddie Johnson bringing it deep here, trying to reset, telling Michael Teta, the only man with a yellow card out here, to get moving. Sends it out wide. Taylor Graham's going to get picked off by his friend, Roger Levesque. Up alone, through the middle. Taylor Graham recovering, no problem though. A strong, long arm of Taylor Graham keeps him out of the way. Jimmy Conrad clears. Michael Teta robs Jewsbury of that. Keeps the play alive. Here comes Eddie Johnson out wide. Creating some space. Backing off from Chibala, who knows that this is a defensive game here. The one thing that the blue team doesn't want is to give up a goal this late, because we're not going to see much stoppage time. Through the middle, Michael Teta. Taylor Graham. Johnson. Sawartzky to the center. There's Jimmy. Lane Smith, owner of the Stars. Have a blast. Zakuani, oh, tries to make the equalizer, but Jordan Jennings is his equal there. The fairy tale cannot happen. Conrad with the throw to Graham, back to Conrad, through to Teta. Teta on the ball to Zakuani. Zakuani out wide on the call of Sawartzky. Darren fires it in the middle, no one home. From the top of the, oh, the tall man, Taylor Graham just cannot get it down. That was asking a lot of anybody. Happy 4th of July, everyone, as well. They're looking through a long weekend. Hopefully tomorrow does not involve work for you, but if it does, 4th of July is Tuesday. You're almost there. Oh, there we go. Far side looked like it went out. Some protestation there from Apollon. Just scanning around looking for beast mode to see if he's still around anywhere. I see Bees mode is still here. Beasley is still, he's playing. Number 6 here in the blue with the big beard. Just moments to go. 2.5 minutes until the final whistle. Zakuani out wide. Some different formations being used. Get on it, Lane. He can't do there. He can't get there. Roger Levesque with his skilled foot there gets that out. Hooks it around, out wide. Avoids the corner kick. Ochocinco, one of the big stories that Chad Ochocinco, excuse me, could make it out here today to play. Just among the many people who flew from around the country to be able to join us. Brian Chang, formerly of the Houston Dynamo, is here. De Rosario, that was not equalized. One final chance to try and make it happen there. Apollon's trying to get around Brett Johnson. Oh, Dan Bryce couldn't stop it. That is going to be the game decider if I had to bet. He had 2 misses, but made up for it with 2 beautiful goals and an awesome celebration.
Goal, scored by number 18, Ash Apollon.
Apollon's tactics appear to be wear down everyone else and then score 2 goals in the final 10 minutes to win. Strong tactics. Looks like the put everyone up front approach is now happening. They're playing a 1-2-7. It's not traditional, but there's a chance for it to happen here. Just holding the ball up here in the final 30 seconds of the match today. Again, hashtag Project 50. You could help 50 scholarships happen for kids over the next 5 years with your donations. They need $70,000 a year. We're well on our way today with all the awesome support, including from contributions like guys like Mr. Beasley there. Bees mode. Help making it happen. Not quite as goal heavy as last year's 7-6. I can't remember who won, of course. I just know that it was a 1-point game. Someone will, I'm sure, destroy me in the comment section of something somewhere over that. Good, I deserve it. And at 90 minutes, that's your full-time whistle Blue Team 5, Red Team 3, Steve Zakuani. His squad could not get it done, but we all win when these guys play. I know that's a corny cliche, but that's the truth. When these guys are out here raising money, kids are getting educated, which is awesome. And so your support, even watching tonight, goes a long way. Again, hashtag Project50 to participate on social media just to try and make things, to push this message out even further. Congratulations to Casey Keller's side, who went down early but ended up pulling out the victory. Also, thanks to everyone who came up here and talked to us tonight and the entire staff that made this possible. Bootstrapperstudios.com if you want to get your next event live streamed. Like perhaps I'm about to be a dad. Maybe we could live stream. No. Okay, no. Except for that, they will help you with your next event. Maybe you run a podcast and you want to have a live podcast happen. Perhaps you bring out Bootstrapper Studios at bootstrapperstudios.com to make it happen. A ton of money raised tonight. Steve Zakuani, the man of the night, the Zakuani and Friends charity soccer game from Starfire Field. Blue Team 5, Red Team 3. Thanks so much. I'm Gregor for 107.7 The End, and we leave you with awesome images of a bunch of great people who flew out here to play against each other to raise money.